Code 92. First time I've seen that. I've already looked it up. And it says that my neutralizer has expired and it's time to replenish. This thing is on its 11th year, and that's the first time that happened. I didn't know the neutralizer lasts that long. I looked it up on Amazon. I Googled it and I found an Amazon link to buy some, and they want $298 for it, for a tank filled with neutralizer. What the neutralizer does is it neutralizes the condensate that goes into your drain. It's a high efficiency thing, and what comes out is condensate, and the condensate apparently is acidic and it will corrode through copper in a month. Something like that. Mine's all ABS, so I'm not too worried about it. And I'm trying to find out if I even have to bother having all ABS all the way to the street. Rick's really packed the shit in here ever since I built him the little kitchenette counter. He's turned this into a little busybody. Can't even get to my furnace. Added the fridge. It's getting crowded in here. Oh, he left this fucking thing on again too. It's an induction, so it doesn't use no power when there's no thing on it, but still not good if somebody sets something down there by accident, but whatever. There's the date that I installed this, August 9th, 2010. It's December 12th, 2020. So August, September, October, November, 10 years and 4 months old. And it's been pretty much trouble-free. The only trouble I had was low gas pressure, and the gas company had to come out and replace my meter, and it was like that from the day I got it installed, and I waited 8 years. I just couldn't take it anymore, because when it got really cold outside, and the groundwater got really cold that year, 2 or 3 years ago, this thing really started throwing codes, because it was trying to fire, and it was throwing a code that said low gas pressure. Called Noritz. They told me to call the gas company. They were 100% right. They walked me through doing different tests on the keypad upstairs, and they were 100% right. The gas pressure was like 90% below the minimum pressure that this thing requires on this side, not the manifold side. Inlet gas pressure 4.0 minimum, and I think I had like a 0.3 minimum. It was pretty low. I'm surprised the furnace wasn't acting up. So I'm going to take the cover off and see where the neutralizer is. That's the last time I descaled it, November 24th, 2019. I'm going to let that go for 1.5 years now, intervals, because they've done some improvements at the water treatment plant. And last time I descaled it, hardly anything came out. It didn't discolor the vinegar very much. And there's the cover off. That's the neutralizer tank. I still see neutralizer in there. A little bit of sediment buildup, and it does have a cap. So what I'm going to do is buy some neutralizer. Take this out. Yeah, it's still got the rocks, so it's not an emergency. It's not like they disappear. It's just that they're at the end of life. So first I'm going to order, I'm not going to replace the whole tank. I should be able to clean that out. Maybe not. But it does have a refill cap. So I don't know. Can you refill that? Can you just dump it out, rinse the bloody thing, and put new neutralizer in there? That's the condensate drain. That tank neutralizes the acidic condensate that forms during high efficiency combustion, and that goes down into my washer drain with a little T. And I'm pretty sure, based on the year this house was built, 2003, that there's not going to be any cast iron or copper pipes from there. That ties into the floor somewhere and out to the street. I know it goes that way because I jackhammered this open for other things that I did. There's also a trap right here. What's that called? Backup valve. It's a big square box. It's right under this wall. We discovered it when we did some renovations. So it's right there. Hopefully we never have to open that, because that would fuck things up. So, back to online. Unless somebody in the comments can tell me, do I have to replace the whole tank? Because that's the impression I got. Looks like I'm due for cleaning. Yeah, a lot of bugs. There's no screen on the inlet. It sucks in a lot of bugs. So next summer I'm going to service this. Take it apart, take the burner apart again. You pull the manifold right out. I did it wrong last time. I unplugged all these individual plugs when all I had to do was unplug the main harness wire and leave all this shit attached. There's one big wire right there. It's not as hard as it looks. I could probably do it in about a half hour. You got to take this out because there's hidden holes that you can't see. You take that right out and right apart and you blow it out with compressed air. Take this outside, blow it out with compressed air. The bugs actually get into the burner area. I should have done that. This is overdue. I can't remember when I did it last. Probably about 4 or 5 years ago. It's flashing that there's a code. And there's 2 buttons here on the up, down. This is written in Chinese. Don't ask me why. But that's your burner adjustments for your minimum flow, maximum flow. And you press 2 of those at the same time and that resets the code. But I'm going to leave that flashing, otherwise I'm going to forget. A lot of little sensors in here. This looks like some sort of a thermal. If it gets too hot, I don't know where the flame sense is. There it looks like it gets too hot sensor. There's sensors fucking all over. Looks like a sensor. Looks like a sensor. These are resistors. Yeah, they're high wattage resistors. And they're butted up against this for cooling. It's not as complicated as it looks. It's actually quite simple. There's the inducer motor for the combustion. Looks like a power transformer in the bottom left corner. There's some check valves and all kinds of weird shit in here. Another temperature sensor. Might be sensing inlet temperature of the water. I don't know. There's a heater in here somewhere in case the air coming down. It's actually quite drafty. It's quite cold there. So this thing turns on a 200 watt heater to keep it from freezing. I kind of don't like that, but what can you do? Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm just going to put the cover on for now and service this when Rick's home and get him to move all this shit first. And I'm going to do it in the summertime in case something goes wrong. I'm not going to do it right now in case I fuck something up and I got no hot water. It's we're just going into the Christmas holidays here. Not a good time to fuck around with it when it's actually working.